Marriage is a journey filled with laughter, mistakes, forgiveness, and growth. But sometimes, even the smallest action can shake the strongest bond. This is the story of Kola and Aisha, a couple who loved each other deeply, yet almost allowed silence to break what they were building. Aisha walked into the house with tired steps after a long day at work. She tossed her bag gently on the sofa, stretched her neck, and smiled when she saw her husband sitting at the dining table, scrolling through his phone. "Welcome, my love," Kola said without lifting his head. Aisha laughed softly. Buried in that phone again?" She walked to the table, picked up his phone like she always did to check the time. But then, the phone vibrated. The screen lit up. It asked for a new password. Aisha blinked. She typed the old one again. Wrong. Her hand froze midair. "Kola, you changed your password?" Kola glanced up briefly. "Oh, yeah, I changed it. I'll tell you later." He said it casually, as if it meant nothing. But to Aisha, it meant everything. She forced a smile and walked away, but something inside her shifted. Over the next week, things became different. Aisha noticed Kola taking his phone with him everywhere, to the bathroom, to the kitchen, even to the balcony. He started turning the screen away when messages popped up. Sometimes he smiled at his phone, other times he locked it so fast that she couldn't even glimpse the wallpaper. These little things, tiny, almost invisible, began to create distance. She tried to ignore it at first, but in the quiet moments, when she lay in bed staring at the ceiling, the thoughts whispered, "Maybe he's talking to someone. Maybe his heart is drifting away. Maybe something is wrong with us." Aisha wasn't the jealous type, but uncertainty can plant the deadliest seeds. One evening, Aisha was cooking dinner when she heard Kola laughing softly at a message. She wiped her hands and walked closer. "Kola, who are you chatting with? You seem happy." Kola smiled. "Just someone from work. Nothing serious. Nothing serious. Nothing serious." The phrase echoed in her mind. Later, she overheard him whisper on the phone in the balcony. She couldn't hear the words, but she heard the tone, gentle, soft, careful. Her heart broke a little. For the first time in 6 years of marriage, Aisha cried herself to sleep. After nearly 2 weeks of emotional torture, Aisha's heart couldn't carry it anymore. One night, she walked up to him while he was watching TV. "Kola," she began, her voice trembling, "we need to talk." He lowered the volume and looked at her, concerned. "What's wrong?" Aisha swallowed hard. "Why did you change your phone password without telling me? Why are you hiding your phone? Why are you always whispering? Why can't you be open with me anymore?" Her voice cracked. Tears rolled down her cheeks. Kola stared at her, shocked. He never imagined anything was wrong. "Aisha, is that what you think? That I'm hiding something from you?" She nodded weakly. "I feel like you're drifting away." For a long moment, he said nothing. Then he took a deep breath, stood up, and went inside the bedroom. When he returned, he handed her his phone. "Aisha," he said softly, "the password is your birthday." She hesitated, wiped her tears, and typed her date of birth. The phone opened instantly. Kola sat beside her. Scroll through the messages. She did, and what she saw made her heart stop, not in fear, but in shock. There were messages with a travel agent, chats with decorators, emails confirming reservations, conversations with a caterer and a photographer, pictures of rings, dresses, locations. Every single secret message she feared was him planning their anniversary surprise. Kola sighed and held her hand. "I wanted everything to be perfect. I changed the password because you always hold my phone. And I didn't want you to see the receipts or the plans. Not because I had something to hide, but because I wanted to make you happy." Aisha's tears flowed freely, but this time they were tears of relief and regret. She leaned into his chest, holding him tightly. "I'm so sorry," she whispered. "I should have talked to you. I allowed my fears to control me." Kola kissed the top of her head. "And I should have explained. I didn't know my silence would hurt you." That night, they talked for hours, openly, honestly, deeply. Aisha shared her fears, Kola shared his intentions, they laughed, cried, and reconnected. The emotional wall between them crumbled, and for the first time in weeks, they held each other without tension. 1 week later, Kola took Aisha to the resort he had secretly booked. The candlelit dinner, the ocean view, the handwritten letter he read to her, the love in his eyes, everything was perfect. Aisha realized she almost lost her peace over something that wasn't even real. Marriage does not collapse only because of betrayal. Sometimes it collapses because of silence. Relationships break when partners assume instead of asking, suspect instead of communicating, and interpret actions instead of seeking clarity. Trust grows when transparency becomes a lifestyle. Love thrives when communication becomes consistent. In marriage, it's always better to explain early than to repair later.